Hello everyone and welcome to my steps. In this video we are going to look at how to simplify algebraic expressions when we have two algebraic fractions that are joined together with a multiplication, you see, or division, which is in another slide. Right, now, so I have two fractions here, 2a over b multiplied by b to the power of 2 over 4a. How am I going to do this one? Now, if you looked at my first video, we dealt with just one fraction. And that means actually we can change these two fractions into one fraction and then see what we can simplify. That is one way of doing this one. There is another way of doing this type of questions, which is to simplify, to cancel out straight away, which I'm going to show you later. But let's stick to one strategy that can work for dividing those two algebraic fractions as well. All right, so let's change this into one fraction. So how am I going to do this one? Now it's a multiplication. We know when you multiply two fractions, whether with numbers or letters, you multiply numerators together and then denominators together. So that means this expression is going to look like that. So 2a b to the power of 2, all right, over b, let's put the number at the front, so 4ab, so multiplying them together, 4ab, there you go, 4ab. Can you see this form looks pretty similar to the form of the questions I had in the first video on simplifying algebraic expressions. And now, what can we do? As I said, when we have numbers at the top and bottom, then you have to write the bottom, the largest number, as a product of its factors. And you get the hint from this number here. So 4 can be written as 2 times 2. Okay, and then I have b to the power of 2, which means I'm going to write the b to the power of 2. I'm going to need to write that as a b times b because I have a b at the bottom. If I didn't have the b at the bottom, I didn't have to write the b to the power of 2 as a product of its factors. So let's do this. So we have 4 times a times b times b. Okay. And here I have 2 times 2 times a times b. All right, just like that. And then now I can see clearly I have 2 at the top. There go 1, 2 only, remember? 1, 2 at the top with 1, 2 at the bottom to cancel out. And the next one would be a. I have an a at the bottom. B, do I have a b at the bottom? Yes, b with a b. That's it. And then, so at the front, what I have left at the top, I have the b. So b at the top in the numerator, and in the denominator, I have only 2. So b over 2, just like that. Can you see from this a little bit challenging look of the expression to this one here? And how I did this one? Step at a time. So multiply all the numbers in the numerator together, leave them. And then all the numbers in the denominator together, and then follow the rules or the rule of writing the largest numbers or the largest letters with the highest power into as a product of its factors. Okay, let's have a look at question number 2. Now, question number 2 involves two fractions that are divided together, but it doesn't matter because we can still write this one as a one fraction. How can you do this? Now, we know the rule to divide in fraction is multiply the first fraction, so leave the first fraction as it is, and then write, so change the operation from division to multiplication, there you go, and then write the second fraction upside down. So the inverse, so x to the power of 2y over 6x to the power of 2. Now, do not try and do this without writing this step first, because it is very easy to leave x's behind or y behind. So you don't want to get to the wrong answer if you know how to do the question. So take a step at a time. Right, so I have a 30 and I have a 6. So the hint is to the 6, so I can write the 30 as 5 times 6. Okay, I'm going to have 5 times 6. Now I have x to the power of 2 here and x. So I'm going to have to write the x to the power of 2 as a product of x and x. Times x and times the y. Okay, and then in the bottom, I have x to the power, so x times y to the power of 2. Now, I'm going to have to write the y to the power of 2 as y times y, because I have a y at the top. So that is going to help me cancel out easy. Times here, times x, and then times x times x. I have 2 x's at the top, 1 x here. So that is going to help me again to cancel all the terms or numbers out easily. Okay, so I have written all the terms, numbers, letters as a product or their factors, and now I'm going to start cancel them out. Let's have a look at the first, again, always top left, number 5. Do I have a 5 at the bottom? No, I don't. Leave the 5 as it is. The second one, 6. Do I have a 6 at the bottom? I do. Then cancel them out. Okay, the third in order, I have an X here. Do I have an X at the bottom? I do have. Let's start in order. It's so important to not leave terms, numbers behind. Okay, the next one is going to be this X here, and then look carefully at the bottom. Do I have another X? Yes, I have another X. Cancel it out, just like that. So 1 with 1, all right? The last in order is Y. Do I have a Y at the bottom? I do. Is this one here? Y with Y. So 1 Y at the top with 1 Y at the bottom. Right, and now let's see what we have left. In the numerator, I have number 5 left. There we go. I'm going to write number 5 only. And then in the denominator, I have just the Y. Just the Y it is. There you go, 5 over Y. This is the last version, the last answer, the final answer. And can you see from these scary expressions to simplify, we came to this one. And how did you do this one? Step by step. So remember to divide two fractions with algebraic. So whether when they involve numbers or brackets or letters to the powers, big numbers, small numbers. So when you divide two fractions, you keep the first fraction as it is, change the operation from division to multiplication, and swap so the second fraction upside down, and write the largest number as a product of its factor. Get the hint on the smallest number, like I did here. Because 30 could be 3 times 10. Then it could have been a little bit more complicated to cancel out. And of course, the highest power, x to the power of 2, write it as x times x, y to the power of 2 as y times y, and so on. Right, let's have a look. Next question. Now, here we have, again, two fractions that we are going to divide one step at a time. Let's do this. So I'm going to keep this as, now is 3a to the power of 2. I'm going to write this as 3a times 3a. Can you see? 3a times 3a. Just like that, because 3 should be to the power of 2, which means you have two 3's. Huh? And then over 7b. Change from division to multiplication and write the second fraction upside down. B to the power of 14, b to the power of 2 over a to the power of 3. There you go. And now I'm going to have to write the largest numbers and the largest powers as a product of their factors. So now 3, and actually I don't have any 3 at the bottom. So I can write 3 and 3 times 3 as a 9 here. 9 and keep writing a's as a times a. Okay, times 14. I'm going to write 14 as a product of its factor because I can see the 7 at the bottom. So 14 can be written as 2 times 7, and then b to the power of 2, b times b. Okay. Right, and then the bottom, we have 7 times b, a to the power of 3, definitely a times a times a, just like that. And then now it's time to simplify or cancel out. I have a 9, top left corner. I don't have a 9 at the bottom, so leave the 9 where it is. The second in order is a. Yes, I have an a at the bottom. The third in order is another a, so another a, there you go. One a at the top with one way at the bottom. The next one is 2. I don't have a 2 at the bottom. Leave it where it is. The next one is going to be 7. I have a 7, so 1 7 with 1 7. Remember, not 1 7 with 2. We don't have 2 7s, but that's how it works. That's how it should be. And then a B, one B with one B at the bottom. The last one is another B. Do I have another B at the bottom? No, I don't. And now we are going to write what is left. Okay, so I have a 9 here and a 2 and a B. Right, 9. Okay, I'm going to write it as 9 times 2 times B. And then at the bottom, I have just an A, just an A. There you go. Now 9 times 2 is 18. 18 B over A. There you go. And this is how you simplify this very scary algebraic expression. So yeah, so step by step, step by step. When it's a division, change it to multiplication, and write the fraction, the second fraction upside down, and then break it down. So write the largest number as product of their factors, and the largest powers as, you know, like here, like we did here, B times B, or with A's, A times A times A, just like that. Okay, let's have a look if we have another question here. No, we don't have more questions. So this is for this video. I hope you enjoy the day, and thank you very much for watching my steps. More videos to come in the next days. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.